sometimes when I have people tell me what they think Darwin thought, I kind of think of like the dinosaurs. Like, well, we know what they look like, but we don't because we weren't there when they were there. We'll never really know. It's a best guess. Is this something that's forever going to be debatable? Or can you say, as someone who's looked into a lot of and read a lot of, if not all the text, that there is enough there for us to have a pretty solid idea of what he thought?
Yeah, I think, first of all, well, Darwin was an incredible letter writer and autobiographer and correspondent, and had different notebooks that led to the expression of emotion in man and animals. So they're all available online, and we could provide that link so you can find out what he said. More specifically, the expression of emotion in man and animals is, I think, there's no doubt in human history, it is the most precise, nuanced description of 59 states, right? 59 mental states or physical mental states in which he describes very specific behaviors from multiple kinds of data that co-vary with those states. So you can go right to what Darwin said and see how he differentiates horror from terror, anger from rage, different kinds of love, etc. So that is, then you could contest what the words mean. Sympathy meant something a little bit different in Victorian England than it may mean today, etc. Love, it means something a little bit different. So you can resolve these issues. And on that, it is clear throughout the expression of emotion in man and animals. Darwin talks about what we know today, both in the non-human signaling literature, the human signaling literature, that these expressions help us know other people's mental states and coordinate social interactions. They help rivals solve conflicts. They help parents connect to their children. They help people flirt with each other, etc. And then the second thing, your first point about essences is not Darwin. It is just, that is assuming that Paul Ekman's photos, and it'd be worth our listeners looking at those photos, because those are in some sense what you might think of as essences, static photos of very specific facial muscle movements. That wasn't Darwin. That was Paul Ekman. He hadn't read Darwin when he went and did that research, right? So the contemporary critique of Darwin is mistaking those photos from Darwin, because what Darwin writes about is what Alan has discovered and every study of expression has discovered is within a category you have a lot of variation, right? Yeah. In pride, you have all these different forms of pride. The hands go up or they don't. The chest is up. You sneer with contempt or not, whatever it is. And so, those are just regrettable misinterpretations. And it's back to this point, there's this science of emotion that's making a lot of progress. And then there are these theoretical disputes that tend to kind of cycle and flow in the swing of a pendulum.